Hello and welcome to another edition of One Way, where we go one way, west, as far as we can go. This may be I've said it before, and sometimes it's true and sometimes it isn't. This may be a long video, because it is Monday, not Friday, and there's going to be several days that are going to be hot. Oh, and I'll get into that a little later, but I have to get this about. This is done on a phone. You'll hear me tapping and scratching and clawing at the screen, and sometimes my fingers accidentally cover the speaker and grill combo, so audio will get muffled at times. So, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at right now in terms of Z position, or Y. No, it's Z. Anyway. Yeah, usually I don't do this when it's raining, but it's also extreme heat, which is very bad for you. I went walking during the normal breaks, and I came back like I came out of a gym. I was sweating so bad. So yeah, I'm not gonna go and go out during lunch and do the mega walk. That was a failed attempt. But of course, we're gonna have to deal with mountains. There we go. We're going to go slow. Let's at least go slow swimming. Let's go this way. Yeah, we could use some of this if we can break. Grab a little, not too much. Funny how that tree completely gutted a path through that. That could have went through that. That wouldn't have been much of a problem. See, too many mountains, not enough passable stuff. Traversing mountains, it takes forever. Only to plummet right back down. That's definitely not a plummet I want. Good thing I stepped aside there because, whoa. Okay, no, I accidentally touched something I shouldn't have. Can't say that the thing just went and did what it wanted. Starting to hit icebergs again. Let's look at this. And we can hit X. And we get a secondary food source if we need it. But yeah, when we start getting to we have the ability to use the nether again. Work on that secondary food source. And that's not what I wanted. On the ice. Alright. Put the boat right there. Phone's starting to get warm because turning is becoming a thing that's difficult. Actually, I like how jerky the animation gets because we're so far out, so I'll put the bed right next to the iceberg. I'll grab a yellow one. And I'm going to wait for that to reach there. And I'm not going because I'm not sure how long I would have to go without land. And if that sun sinks too low, then I arrive with monsters, and we don't want that. Alright, we could turn around and sleep the night away. We could sleep the night away. Alright, time to boat. Just a little too far. Actually, we might probably. Oh well. In the grand scheme of things, it isn't much of a difference. I'm in my little quote-unquote recording studio, which is not a custodial closet, or a utility, but it's not really a utility closet, it's more of a custodial closet. Very echoey. Definitely can hear that. Definitely hearing the people now realizing I'm recording something on the other side of the wall. So this is my lunch break because it's just way too hot outside. In the next few days that'll be the case. Then there might be a day or two where it's going to rain a lot. Or the threat's there. This may be a long one. And of course we have the typical laundromat ending, which is like an hour 20 added to whatever we're doing. And of course we're back to mountains, because why make progress when mountains can happen? Clouds make an appearance. mountains. There's no escaping the mountains. There's a spot where it's climbable, I guess. It's very easy to do it back. Yeah, we can climb. We gotta climb. These mountains haven't been too bad yet now that I said something. Okay, not a big deal. I didn't know if I was going across a giant ravine. Oh, through another portal. We're not going to be able to bust anything because we only got one diamond. But let's see what we can get out of it. Maybe there's some obsidian. And we'll need more than 20 because if we screw up, we can't currently grab more. We'll get stuck. Can't grab any of this stuff. That's 5. Another golden apple that probably won't get ingested. While we're here, let's just make one of them things. Did we make it? Yeah, we did. Yeah, board the boat. Guess it's time to boat the boat. And it just decides to turn in some odd direction. And over here, I need to do a double back. Sun's starting to get a little low side. Something sticking out. Here comes the sun. It's see it just above the chat icon on the left. It's time to target. Let's get to the iron with the head. Even with the cows. Even with the cows on there, you still see the imperfection in where it thinks I am. I wish dolphins helped when I'm boating. They help when I'm swimming, but not while boating. Never thought, well, people are up directly outside to just turn myself around, so if you still hear them, it's more reflective than direct, and less likely to catch whatever they're saying. Boating definitely makes up for the mountains to a degree. So I need some land up here. I don't know how well this is going to work. gonna end soon. We need to leave. There we go. That definitely will take it. Oh, actually, it's a little more than it ain't much. I'm going to the side of it, but we're not going to go too much further if nothing else appeared, which it just did. Yeah, we're getting to a point we gotta stop. Because the lunch break is about over. Alright, so lunch break is about over. And we can move. And we can move. I like movement. Aren't we slow? Anyway. Yeah, right about here. Yeah, more land just showed up, but we'll do this so I can easily see that how we're going to continue on. So until the next lunch break, because it'll be hot again tomorrow, we'll continue from there. Alrighty, day 2 of the heat wave. It's just way too hot to go outside. So yet again, another lunch break doing this. And then the next few days, it might be raining. Might not rain. Who knows? This is going to be one of the longer videos. Maybe we'll get to 320K. So far, interesting islands. Things certainly are more boxy out this way. We are landlocked because that's filling in, as I shouldn't be pointing at stuff while we're boating. Plus the sun's starting to set, so we need to be on land. Leave El Boto. Get El Boto. Ow. Randomly whack at stuff. Weird formations. You can turn. Whoa. Water pit. Almost fell into a water pit. Not good. Yeah, and forward is a good answer. Yeah, it was best to hug that tree that time because that was a huge pit that we could have went down and died in. Let's park it at the top of this little hill. Okay, we can run. Love how I push buttons and nothing happens. Already turning into a slideshow. Lovely. Now we're already crawling. So again, we're in the custodial closet, and there's this droning hum, which may be being picked up. And we're into more wintry land, but you know what? It's flat. I'm okay with that. Not with the mountains. We've seen enough mountains. Didn't quite clear that. Would have been good. Not so bad. And I lost my Comes the sun yet again. Oh, it's still got a ways to go. I thought it was close to setting already. We're on our way to 320K. There's about a little under 900 to go. Sun's setting. Land that has, for the most part, started cooperating. We can run. I didn't say to go slow. Going slow means we don't do the job faster. Uh-oh, we're asking you to do something. What's not good is we see tall hills back there. We don't need that. We don't need to be randomly whacking at stuff, because that's just whittling down our food supply even further. Tap run twice. Whoa. Well, it wouldn't have been bad. We would have taken a little bit of damage, but that's about it. exactly favoring movement, is it? We can move. We didn't stop, but we are now. And we're placing, and we're placing. All right, we'll get about 30 seconds of solid movement. Might be 35 since I got hung up. There we go. Only thing is I try to point myself in a way that you can't hear the goings on since everybody's got staggered lunch times. We made it to 320, which that's not bad. Okay. And eat the food. You know, we haven't seen in a while is a village. I jumped and nothing happened. Down tree. I didn't know if I was near a village structure. Alright. Thought I was walking into an easy street, but I wound up at a dead end. That's not good. Getting close to roughly the end of my lunch break, and I believe we may be doing this one more time at least in terms of avoiding the heat, because as I said, I work with people, I work around people. I don't think I want to come in looking like right out of the gym, all sweaty and nasty, is not exactly someone you, oh, village finally, not exactly something you want to be around all. Being all nasty. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, we need to be moving. We know this is going to be slow because there's stuff here. And we can open the door. And we can take the bed. Looking for smithies. Looking for smithies. Nothing I care about. We can run the player. Nothing of interest so far. And turning. Exit. You move forward. You can move forward. And the screwed up sunflowers yet again. Okay, this way. The player. We like it when the player is moving. And let's see if we can get down here safely, which is possible. There it is. I'll tell you that land generation is bonkers. little bit helps. I mean, we're pretty much close to a sleeping point anyway, so. Piece there. Alright, so up. And yeah, right about here we can stop, turn, and call it a day. Hey everybody. And we're back. Another ridiculously hot, not safe to really be exercising kind of day. And like I say, you gotta respect your co-workers, because coming in as a nasty smelling, disgusting sweat bag is not one of those. So, once again, and they're still predicting that maybe the next couple of days there's going to be quite a bit of rain, so this may be one of the longest ones we've done. It might be. I don't know. Sometimes they say it's going to rain and it holds off. And other times they say it's going to be just cloudy, and like last time, a bunch of cloudy was falling, which is not an indication of cloudiness. All right. Yay, dead end. Yay, not a dead end. So let's see how much further we can push this along. Oh, I love when it goes like this. And I didn't want to jump, did it? But it didn't matter. Right into the river. And we're already starting to become a slideshow. Like I said, even this quote-unquote recording studio is getting a little hot. Usually it holds its own, but it's not doing very well. Why must it always be difficult? At least there's been a way up. I'll give it that. But this is sure killing our forward progress. And then again, it's all kind of borrowed, because typically this is supposed to be, you know, a laundromat time killer. And the extreme heat is making this more than that. Yay, it jumped, and it jumped. That sounds so stupid, but that's true. I pressed jump, and he jumped. I think this might be a point that I'm going to have to charge the phone, because the battery is getting close to around 40%, and it'll probably be in the upper 20s when I'm done. And I'm going to need to make room on the phone for more of this video because it somewhat cuts these longer videos almost, it cuts pretty close to the capacity. And I almost always get that timing wrong. Wow, that actually timed out well. Yeah, we'll go like that. It's not going to hurt. It'd be nice if some villages. We're not in desperate need, but it would be nice. And one with a smithy that has some obsidian or diamonds. Those would be good. More often than not, it would be the desert temple that would have them, but... Oh, wrong way. One thing I never checked, but should, is I noticed that these videos, and I have noticed it, they seem to... The audio seems to lag. The video lags quite a bit behind the audio. I'm wondering if that's just the way my editor is putting it together or the phone's struggling to do this stuff. Just doesn't really want to do this stuff. Oh, another portal. In order to go, though, we're going to need more than 20 pieces because we don't have a diamond pickaxe, and we need that to break obsidian. And if we screw up placement, we might get stuck, and that's not something I want. So if I go that way, that's going to become more. So it seems silly to hit the hill, but... hitting the hill was the smart thing to do. And I did find out, and I thought, I'm just mocking the phone, but when I was doing my most recent live stream of my 50th birthday world, that I went and killed hundreds and hundreds of farm animals that were really slowing down the computer, but it was also to gain experience. And the frame rate was anywhere from 15 to 20 frames per second. And just like this phone, when it was struggling a little bit, it slowed down and bogged when I did the complex thing called turning. So even then, so here I am thinking the phone's struggling with it. The game does not like to turn. Just like that, how it just slowed to a crawl because I was turning. And I like how the mountains are at least staying away. We had enough mountains. And the dark oak forest, not exactly something we care to see either. we'll just put a bed right there. Yeah, I don't want to go into the deep, dark woods and place a bed down. And then you get to see the animation probably getting jerky because of the just up close. Jerky because of how far we are from spawn. I mean, 300 and getting close to 324 kilometers away. We're about 180 or so miles. And the only thing that will stink is if we find a mansion, it will not serve any purpose to this goal. And when we get closer to where the game starts getting difficult to maneuver, there's a point somewhere in the millions where normal movement will stop. I mean, there's a point that we won't be able to move at all, but there will be a point that we won't be able to move normally prior to that. And I'd like to grab a couple pieces, grab a couple of horse saddles and have them in inventory. One, so that if we do warp through the nether, we can put one in the chest, and the second one is if the nether trip is successful, we still have the other one, or vice versa. If I die in the nether, I still have one. Because there's going to be a point that horseback is going to be the only way, as this is being done, to move. But that's a long, long ways off. Somehow I lost my speed. So I might get a few thousand more blocks into it. Good jump, not a good turn, and desert village. If we can move a little bit, that would be great. But we're also in a village, so it's going to saunter because it has to load things. Can't go that way because of everything. Its position. Normally I do not bother going up these things, but if the game can keep up with us, there we go. They got bread. we find a desert temple, we definitely need more of these guys. Alright. This is just... It generally doesn't have anything. These typically are just librarians. No, they don't generally have storage. We can move. We can move. I like moving. Yeah, cartographer, not useful for what we're doing. But we have some relatively easy to navigate regions here. Every once in a while in a desert, I'm going to look for a temple. We need to make a swing to the right and left just to see what's amongst the peripheral vision. It looks like a ravine. I'm not willing to step to the edge to find out, because one fumble of the buttons and then a lot of progress would be lost. Oh, no wonder I'm double tapping and nothing's happening. Probably should pay attention to that food bar. Didn't do a very good job of it. That's one of the things that sucks about not being able to see through the tall grass. Could easily wind up hitting. Alright, now that I can concentrate on what I'm doing. Very easy to possibly hit the deep pond or a ravine and not see it. Not the fastest way to get there, but it's a way to get there. I pull out the boat, but what's the point? Dolphin power. There we go. land over here. Alright, so right now it's not really worth doing. So what I'm going to do is put that there. Wow, we got plenty of beds. We can hit the X, and then we can sleep. Alright, we did not need to do that. Let's turn. Real complicated. Turn. Boat. Into the boat. Boat the boat. And we're landlocked. Might as well go with the steep angle to get ourselves back to somewhat close to zero. This is going to be a good idea or not. Oh wow, we've grossly overshot in that direction now. I'm hoping within a few minutes we will have land. I don't care if it's a small sliver. I don't care if it's a pixel, not a pixel, but a block under. I would put some blocks down so we can stand on something. But as you can see, it's not going to be necessary. Looks like we're going to get landlocked. Too much further than this for at least today's segment. Alright, we can move. Unfortunately, we got a look and there wasn't really anything there. Alright, we need to hit land. This constitutes land. I gotta run, that's all that matters. Alright, yeah, we're now getting kind of close to the end of the lunch, so get to the land over here and truly call it a segment for today. Alrighty, so I guess we would call this a segment. We get by this little body of water. There we go. Call this a segment. See you next time. We're back. And yep, as predicted, lunch would be rain. And then laundromat. That whole day is supposed to be rain. So this may be one of the longer videos, and I mean much longer. In fact, long enough that I may have to import these videos to the computer right now so that there'll be room to finish up. That may or may not be necessary, but I'm going to, like that climb there that just had to happen. Okay, none of them had trident, so we're good. And like I've said before, swim underwater to help with the rendering. And it's starting to get dark out. So we've hit land, and it doesn't look like it goes for very long. Then again, I could be wrong. That's what I saw. I thought I saw ocean. It was just a big pond, and this blue part. Yeah, if you ever wonder why I aim really high when I get close to the edge of the water, the game tends to get the hint that I want out of the water if I do that. I was going to say, it'd be funny if a village were to show up, and lo and behold, there's one now. Or it's just a bunch of grass that look like the roof of a village hut. Keep in mind, like I said, this is being done on a phone with like a 5-inch screen, so that really did look like the roof of a village over there. The roof of a village, a whole village under one roof. In the Abandoned World series, I did do that. I literally made a giant village all under one roof. Alright, we got some boating ahead of us. And, oh, damn. Hissy boomy. Brake. We can run. Safe. Nice jump. Even when it's running fairly well, it ignores anything that I put in. Alright, so let's put a new bed in and put a boat out and align the boat so I'm looking in the direction I'm going, and I see high enough that when the sun's coming down that we can easily determine whether to continue or find land right away. And we're starting to ass crawl. As the phone is getting ever so slightly warm. Now if I reduce I've tried this before, if I reduce the graphics and the distance it renders, it literally won't make a difference. It'll slideshow anyway. It might get some hiccuping for generating 14 chunks out. The original far distance for when I started. And that's what I'm sticking with. Boring the boat, but it gets us there much quicker. And of course, if we have weather and land we can traverse, even quicker. The savannah is not one where it's an island. You know, it always looks like that we can just go around it, but no, not the case. So it's a bit slow rendering in. times must we tap? Nice smooth transition. What went wrong there? I like how this warm climate is entirely surrounded by frozen climate. Here we can go. Ooh, the glow squid. Pretty. Anyway. That shows up in any previously generated stuff. And if I only could see that far, if I had flown that video to such render distances. Well, on the plus side, it is a little faster. On the negative side, the amount of time wasted getting the boat in, setting it up, and getting it back, kind of lost there. Oh well, might as well just walk through here and watch the sunflower screw up. There we go. See a village. No, desert well. Alright, that's twice that I got it wrong. Like I said, remember, I'm viewing this on a tiny 5-inch screen versus if you're watching this on a computer, it's a lot bigger. Another one in 1,000 structures. Yep. Every time I try to maneuver so I don't jump around like an idiot. It tends to backfire. Not good for, let's good enough. Sleep it. Got too many sticks. Sleep it. 3:30. That ain't too bad. Sleep it. There we go. The only way you can tell that we're far away is how jerky the sword animation was. Probably too far away from everything else to notice the imprecision of our positions calculation. I've seen enough weird terrain that kind of hints that it's a little off. We have a boat. Now we can boat. Yes, we are. Well, we can go here further this way. That's legitimate ground. I was thinking maybe I could collapse it. It's fun to watch the sand collapse if you break a loose piece of it. Especially when it's a larger area. something we didn't want to fall into. If you can brake. You can also turn. The timing is always wrong. It's never good. Alright. Notice how the get funkier looking mountains and steep hills now? The further out we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep this night off and call it a segment. And then the Friday rainouts segments. Which means this thing's really going to move ridiculously slow by the time we're done with the ride. tap, double tap, double tap, double tap, 4 times. It has to run, and we didn't do it. More weird generation there. Eat the food. Okay, we want this. Never had a bed in our inventory. Alright, we're starting to see a very powerful color shift in the atmosphere, meaning it's time to sleep and call it good. See you on the flip side. And we're back. This may be a little shorter than expected because a funny thing happened at work today as I'm recording this. It is during one of my 2 breaks, but there was a loud boom. A lot of the power to the building went out. I can't do my job. We might be going home early. That means this may not go on as long as I thought, meaning the second 15-minute break and the lunch period won't happen, meaning this video will be a little shorter, and that I'm concentrating on stuff here, and we won't travel as long. Can you tell we're going far? Because the terrain is definitely getting more nuts. What I would like to see is normal terrain. We know it can happen. Normal, easy to navigate terrain. So yeah, you might hear some background noise because everybody's just trying to kill time while trying to figure out if there's power. Oh, you can actually see the jiggle. Notice how it's jiggling? That's the math error. The frame rate was high enough for the time being that we could actually see it. And I walked a little extra distance to show you that, but it also opened up the land a little bit. I don't know if boating now would be oh, of course. The dreaded off by 1. It just has to happen, doesn't it? Yeah, so as I'm listening to people through... I'm in the vestibule of where I work right now because I wanted to go somewhere where I'd be mostly out of people's way and won't hear them too much. But that's not exactly working perfectly. Plus the one room that I could go to, I guess the fluorescent lights are acting up in a way, and the ballasts are having such a lot of fun trying to stay alive that it's making a really nasty burning smell down there. But nothing's on fire. There's no smoke. The walls aren't hot. And somehow I hear something that sounds hollow on a solid concrete slab. Anyway, we'll see how much longer we'll go with this. So the good thing about the islands and the bad thing about the islands is we could go much faster in a boat. But the other problem is if we pull out the boat, and then of course we'll just suddenly get landlocked. The sun is, and I made the stupid mistake of doing that. Watch, as soon as I whip out the boat, we'll get landlocked. Boat, board. Position it so we can see that I called it. Now we're going to get landlocked. Just whip out the boat and that's what'll happen. On the plus side, we get slightly further, slightly faster. Yay. Anyway. And it's not going to matter. Let's go right here. Leave boat. Get the boat. Go squid. There. That gets us going. Randomly whack at things. If the frame rate weren't so low, we could see everything wiggle as we go by. Hey, look, for easy terrain, look what we got. Nice flat stuff. Okay. Let's find out. No. I know there's a way. There it is. I just love the way the terrain works in this game sometimes. Nice hot mesa biome or badlands next to frozen tundra. Well, or icebergs. It just makes sense. Wouldn't be Minecraft if it made sense, would it? That's part of the charm in all reality. Anyway, X that out. Boat. Oops, wrong way. Even if we once again get landlocked, at least we're making more progress. I like this biome. It is not fun for traversing. Not exactly the type of land we want to see when we're trying to get from one place to another as fast as possible. Now, if this were a long-term world where we were playing the game in a regular fashion, and somehow I chose the one spot where the water isn't one deep. Oh, we got the boat. And we're going. Whoa, close, slow it down. Abandoned mine shaft, but we're not playing for that. We're playing for distance. Okay, that's just a one hole drop. One block, one hole. Yeah, you get the idea. And the sun is setting, and it's starting to get difficult to turn again because things getting ever so remotely warm. I might make it to 3:34. Oh, they're a little bit loose on the break times here for right now because, well, like I said, no power. And like I said, the second 15-minute stint and the half-hour stint, which of course are usually anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes less, typically, because I gotta get back to work. That's not a thing right now, but still, I'm gonna honor the 15-minute break. Ooh, for a minute I thought I got trapped. Yeah, we can go. Up there. And up here. And yeah, we can go up. I think we can place beds on canopies, I think. This is really tough to do on a phone that doesn't like to do work. I always keep saying this, but I need to get a new phone. I don't know if I want to be trying to jump. But the sun's setting. I don't know if it'll let me place a bed on top of the tree. It won't. So, dirt, bed. Alright, it's going to be pretty much the 15-minute mark anyway. I'm going to honor the system and play nice and smash the bed and call it a run for now. And we're back. The game's screwed up. Apparently a creeper came and blew up while I was not even in a... This is bad, because this could literally end the entire run. If we die, it's over. This whole project is done because Alright, is there a spot where I can move? That stunk. Literally, a creeper came up and blew up before the game loaded in. So, literally died. Almost. Because I put a bed on top of the tree and then woke up. Off camera, I woke up, quit the game. Then when I came back, fell down the tree. As the tree no longer existed because a creeper blew up before the game fully loaded in. Nice. So we gotta be a little more diligent. In fact, if we can just survive these next 8 or so minutes and successfully sleep and not have any kablooies mysteriously appear, then we'll be fine again. But the problem is the last bed was destroyed. And that's not good. All this distance and the whole thing may be done. Not a happy camper. Fortunately, most of the terrain isn't all that bad. So we can move a little bit and get to where we're going. Not going to jump into the water. I'm going to say another roof forest. Please, can we just not do that? See, a little bit of safety on that one. And there's a village. We can be running there. Alrighty, tough village. We can go down this way. We can move the player. More than enough. Anyway, any Smith-like buildings? But we definitely gotta be careful around that guy. We don't want to hit any of the villagers. We're good with, okay, we can move. Yeah, we're plenty good with the beds right now. The sun is starting to set. I think this is where they store stuff. There we go. Another emerald. I think if we ever get back to doing another, we use those apples. Yeah, not going through that forest. Random wagon stuff. Way out of course. We definitely need we can eat the food. That's what we want. Alright, we're getting close. So one thing I hate about the dark roof forest is there had to have been a creeper there because it was dark. There had to have been one there before we slept. So we are now moving this. We're not squatting. Why are we squatting? That's better. So we are a bit off course here. Our Z is getting a little far off course, but right now I don't care. I just want to get far and get to a safe place as the sun is starting to show. I want to get to a safe place where I can plop the bed down, call it a night, and we will be safe. Donut Lake. I just want to get to a safe spot because obviously we're right now outside of probably anywhere under us. See Donut Lake right there. Kind of. Turns into a river. I just want a safe place, and like I said, outside of any caves or other underground systems, we should be safe. Should be fine. Probably what I should do next time is, if I sleep in the dark oak forest, just let the night go and walk a couple dozen blocks away from where I am. So if a surprise creeper explosion happens before the game loads in again, and by the way, it does not matter that the phone is slow. My high-speed computer does the exact same thing. The game plays before the graphics load in, and that's annoying. I really hate that. And I can move. I like the moving. And I think at this point it's starting to get really dark. Place the bed down. Place a new one in the hand. We'll choose yellow because we can. And safety. We made it. We are good now. Unless something were to happen to that bed, but it shouldn't. Oh, thanks for running. Appreciate when I press run and nothing happens. The naked bush, that's why I didn't see anything there. I'm surprised this is running as well as it is. Village! Turning is becoming a project now. But it's abandoned. Still, it's usable. Okay, how about not squatting and moving? How about not squatting and moving? How about moving? Yeah, nothing really there. And nothing really in there. And I don't think this building has much either. There, just to be safe. Ooh, emeralds. Ooh, apples. Yep, grab the apples. And away we go. Well, this game actually ran pretty smooth the whole time. I'm quite impressed. Unfortunately, we made it. We were able to plop a bed down and call it good. Now I know I could have just simply plopped the bed down, tapped on it to create a so-called spawn point. But I've done that before, and on Bedrock for some reason, it might have been a fluke, but it never took. it was like I never did it. So I don't trust it. We can go. So as I'm somewhat close to ending this segment, we are still without power here at work, and they're still forcing us to stay here. So it's almost time to call it a segment. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Boy, the land is not favorable. So put that there. Got enough extra. All right, move, move, move. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is place a boat here, because even though we don't have power, I'm going to play fair and go by the rules. Break is pretty much over. We saved the whole run. If we died after that, this whole thing would have been for naught. See you later. And we're back. Lunch break. Still no power. It's kind of funny. Some parts of the floor do have power and they're able to work. My part does not have power. We cannot work. And this thing's already starting to struggle, but it's not really that bad yet. Okay, you're sending me way off. Oh, and yeah, I'm standing in the vestibule of where I work because the quote-unquote recording studio has no power. It's pitch black in that area, so I can't see anything. So you might be able to hear the really fast echo that goes through here. Ooh, that was smooth. You won't see it because I have it set at 30 frames per second, but I think I had a 60 frame per second moment there. On this thing, that's kind of impressive. So the power company said by 10:47 a.m. the power will be on. And then at 11:30 they said by 11:45. It's still not on. And it's 12:03. Apparently in this neck of the woods, National Grid is not very good at giving estimated times. Because they do that where I live as well, and usually things get done way faster than predicted. Like the last major outage that we had, they said it would take 2 to 2.5 hours. They fixed it in 15 minutes. And it's actually quite common that it would be that quick. Out here, it doesn't seem to be like that. I'll go this way so we don't make a jump, and I was trying to avoid that jump there. Every little bit of movement helps. And we've already made things safe by replacing the bed that blew up. So I've been contemplating, and I think I've mentioned it in the previous video, is that if I'm going to sleep in an area that's dark enough for monsters to spawn in, that if I successfully sleep right afterwards, go about 20-30 blocks away from the bed, so if another hissy boomy kind of guy decides to make an appearance, then I can just, it'll explode. I'm going to be in pain. I might even die, but I'm right there. I'm right where the bed was. Most of my stuff will survive. That survives the blast will be there. The screwed up flowers. Of course that doesn't happen. Turning. This time maintain. Okay, this is a short bit of dark forest. Alright, now the sky's getting a little dark, so we're going to move. And we're going to turn, we're going to place a bed and get a new one in hand. We're going to get a new one in hand. There you go. New one in hand. Also, you should be up there. And sleep the night. Next day. The time clock still functions, which during lunch is required to be used. And we could move. I like movement. That failed. How many times can I double tap and this thing not do anything? That's a question I've always wondered. See, and now even my co-workers are bothering me about the fact that I don't have a new phone. The chip shortage thing, well, I know it's not. It seems that the phones have survived that little bit. Although when it's time for me to go, it's gone. Also the pandemic, because nobody really wants to work with you face to face. That seems to be non-issue. Now it's just a matter of time. It's just something that practically never exists. There's just so much on my plate, and my big worry is the way YouTube does logging in there. I don't know if I'm going to get permanently locked out of my YouTube channel, because they force double authenticating. And of course YouTube cannot make anything simple as to changing passwords and what have not. It has to be a project. It can't be a simple place to find it. Just can't be. It's probably jumping around there. Just run. So you just smoothly go into the water. I might get past 350K in this episode. It won't happen in this segment. If it does, I'd be really shocked. I like that the land has got flatter, but it's also getting wonkier crevices, as you can see. I like the things that flattened out. And I see a village. Oh, here come the buildings. Isn't that funny if it was a single building? And because there's a village, we're not close enough to really make a difference yet, but typically when we get close, then it turns into a mega slideshow, which it's kind of starting to do now. The simulation distance is 4 chunks. That's mostly so that when the phone will run well, but the big reason is that we keep the file sizes at bay. Go down there. We don't need any of that stuff. We don't need any beds yet. Could use a smithy. I forget what these buildings are. Now we're trying to move. And we don't really need any beds right now. Plenty of apples. That'll be our go-to when, like I said, when we... Okay, that's the wrong way. That is definitely not the way I want to go. We can run now. Yeah, nothing here. I forget what these buildings are. Pointless. That's what they are. Okay. We can run till we need to eat. And we can run. Oh wow, we're completely not going the right direction. I got turned around. Yeah, once again, we're hitting land that doesn't help. But hey, we had a good run with land that did, and we can move. And yeah, that was me thinking I had clearance and I didn't. Alright, we didn't do too bad there. Now let's get back on course. So, I'm trying to avoid the mountains, and of course the mountains are appearing. Not exactly what we want. That is okay. Not okay. And I'm trying to talk over someone's conversation because, yeah, private conversations, yeah, I don't really want to get those. But I was here first. So, slideshow. Although I have to say it hasn't really done terrible. Whoop. Wow. Okay, you can go. Must be a lot happening here. It completely stalled out twice. It's still, for the most part, running okay. it looks like we're going to need to boat. We're going to boat and move. Go to that island over there. I know where I want to go, so I'm not straightening out my view, and I know that the sun is starting to set. So we're heading towards that island over there. And you know what? Let's tilt up to see where we're at. Okay, yeah, too much. So we're going to boat over here. I'm trying to talk over people, because I don't think they want to be on YouTube. Okay. I will put it right here. Leave the boat. We can move the player now. Grab another yellow one, because that's the one I chose, because that was there and a thing. So again, I'm waiting for that to be about there. Although not that low, when it pretty much touches. Like that. There we go. We can go in our boat again and do some more boating. It's so hard to straighten out the boat. A little better. We can let that live for a little bit. I'm going to make 340. And now we're going ever so slightly the other way, but that's fine. We're pretty much on the straight and narrow. We have islands and yeah, I was thinking mainland. I was about to say that, but then I wasn't sure if it was a mainland piece. Could be a big island. But we have places to revert to. One thing I do not want to do, even if the day ain't ending, I do not want to be on a boat and quit for the next segment. Because I think you fall through and wind up on the bottom of the ocean. And that could be pretty bad. So we're definitely over 340 at least. 350 or so would be nice. I wish dolphins helped in boats. It's already looking like craptacular formations here. Yeah, the stuff on the right looks pretty decent, but it's a little bit off course. Ooh, not good. That was good. That was a big, nasty pit we could have... why are we done? What? Oh, come on. Okay, then we have to walk this one. Okay, I'm not ducking, we're running. My finger is further up the pad than that. Yeah, I was too busy looking at the drumstick meter and not where I was going, so yeah, face palmed right into that tree pretty much. And this way, and move the player. And now we're starting to get into the less than acceptable performance phase. That's 3 times, that's 4 times, that's 5 times, 6 times that I double tap to run. Sometimes that jump becomes useful because your speed is ever so slightly faster, and we can cover an extra few blocks. It seems like nothing, but everything matters. Everything helps. And oh, whoa, that would be bad. That would be very, very bad. It woed up in time. Okay, we are not ducking, we are moving. This is the part where you're moving. You're still cut the crap. Just move. I think this might be the end of the ravine. Is it? Let's see. We got by. All right, so I'm just going to stop right here and continue later on because it's getting a bit late. Lunch is going to be over soon. And lunch is timed, so can't afford the slop in the wrong direction. To the laundromat. It's hard to tell. Although maybe for those of you who watch long enough. Okay, there's your hint right there. We are in the laundromat. We are at the final phase. And lunch ended just early enough that the sun, that was stupid. Man, I should get my speed up anyway. The phone's operating well enough now if it wants to actually move along. There we go. Moving. Concept. Let's stop going between blocks and start moving the player. And that was just plain old poor jumping skills. And yeah, the whole day, outside of the first hour of work, no power. In fact, when I was leaving, they started to restore it. Is that a village? I don't think it is. So up here we go. Place a bed. Grab another one. And we get to watch the tree shimmy as I sleep. And we can move the player. That was just dirt. The mountains are getting a little more less natural looking. However, that over there is a village. Notice how it has that villagey look to it. That's kind of a hint. And it's yet another abandoned one. If we can find a smithy, that would be good. We only need a couple of the beds. We don't need too many. That ought to be enough. Anyway, also for a building that could be a smithy. Well, that's not a smithy, but sometimes there's something somewhat decent in there, but not that time. Yeah, we don't need to deal with you. We can move. That's a better answer. Seems to be a tiny village. Unless there's a part I haven't seen. Raining there. How about not ducking and start running? And nothing really there. Central area that is anything but. Oh, almost. Yeah, we can turn. I forgot to put this thing on airplane mode the last couple times, so the frame rate was a hair slower than normal, but it wasn't really that bad. Just want to get to 350. And any more is definitely better. Times I double tap. And a good run going too. Turning time. No wind here. Squatting, running. Splat. Every time I want to try and get the z-axis closer to 0, something prevents it from happening. Let's get it back here. And we can move. We can move. We can move. I like moving. I know you like to stall, but I like moving better. Move the player. Double tap means move the player. Can we just run? Looking for anything that's either a village, a temple. What the heck is that there? Just a mound of stuff. And yes, I do see the village on the left. finger is nowhere near that. This is supposed to look weird, but they don't. And I think I just saw a mouse run across the floor. Get rid of that because we don't need it. And it's kind of pointless at this point in time. I like having the torch, thing in hand there. Oh no, not what I wanted. The important thing is, the one I sleep in doesn't get broken. We can move the flare. We're trying not to use buttons that could make smacking the villager happen, because then Iron Golem comes after us. Iron Golem coming after us very bad. Yeah, we can move. We didn't stop. And another village. And a temple. We're going for the temple first. This is where we can probably get our chances at doing what we want, which is diamond pickaxe, bringing the nether back into the picture. We'll come back to that in a moment, although actually there's nothing really in those kind of villages anyway. And this is the first one in a long time where it's not buried. I can walk right up to it. And it's not buried, but I can't walk right up to it. Okay, we can move the player. Move the player. I like moving the player. Uncontrollable. That's great. We'll take the small hit there. Can move the player. I like to move the player. I'm not saying that just to hear myself talk. So what we need to do is, we're pressing a button, we should probably react to said button, and we're hitting the X, We're selecting and we're moving. Why must I have to explain everything? And yeah, that's about it. Okay, and well, not helping. Could use some diamonds. Anyway, we can move the player. I like doing that. Yeah, those villages are primarily useless. So we're just going to skip it. Okay, we can turn. I like turning. Turning makes things happen. Twice double tapping. Oh, this thing's going to really do well during the dryer cycle. I don't like that. I don't like those mountains. I want to be able to traverse. How many times must I turn to make turn happen? Triple tap, triple double tap to get running to happen. Since this thing seems to be struggling to do anything at this point, we'll let the dolphin power do its work, if they actually do anything. Get about 5 usable minutes or so. Yeah, there's usually a treasure map in those now that I'm thinking about it. Not useful for our journey. pressing the button. You know, let's take a blue one this time. And we're pressing a button. I like pressing buttons, and button pressing is shown to be a thing. We're pressing a button. Once again, poor timing. Well, sort of. Enjoy the view. And waiting for that to reach there. Because then we can sleep. And to sleep we go. Board the boat, and hopefully within 3 minutes we hit land. At least we got something on the right there. Alright, this is looking a bit much, so we're going to double back and slideshow our way to this island, and we'll continue it from there. Actually, I see something over here now. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, it's the drier phase as things slowly loads in. So difficult to get the boat to point exactly where I want it to. That's pretty close. And for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, maybe we'll have some nice smooth animation. And I mean, little stutters like that'll happen. So something has to go horribly wrong to not reach 350K today. Which I believe is getting close to 200 miles. Oh, there it goes. There goes our stability. There goes our smoothness. And that shouldn't be a thing. We're pressing a button. Boat gone. Village. Yeah, you can kind of see the inaccuracy at this point, even with the crappy frame rate of this phone. You can see it wobble. Yet another abandoned village. It seems to happen a lot now. This guy's looking at us funny. We can move the player. I'm pushing move the player. That might mean move the player. Call it a strange idea. And nothing. We go where I don't want, and we're picking things I don't want. I didn't ask to go up there. Not a glowing squint lately since the 1.17 update. village. Can we slideshow our way to it? It's all these abandoned villages. Okay, we need a house. Let's turn. Let's turn. There. Oh, this is a village of pointlessness. Oh, here's some more. We can move the player. We can move the player. Imagine that. Normally the printed map may be a thing that is useful, but not in this case, and we're just randomly whacking at stuff because we can. Now let's just slideshow over to some coal and get some more. We're not spending all day getting that stuff. If one is all that's left, then that's what's left. Double tap. Double tap. That's 3 times. Break. Who knows, making it to, alright. Making it to 350k might not be a thing if it just doesn't want to move. Boy, does it not want to move. And why are we not moving? And of course, once again, unfavorable terrain. Okay, we need to be moving, we're not moving, why are we not moving? Alright, we're mostly out of harm's way at this point. The Enderman went far away. Yet we can move. I like moving. Why are we not moving? Let's try moving. Moving is 100% better. How about double tap means run? Kind of important there. Turning. I like turning. And we can move. Back to swamplands and deserts. This way we probably can do a little better here. Can't sleep yet. 347, we're pretty close to 350. Usable minutes. And it's pressing your luck from there. That looks like a village over there, but I'm looking over here. Then we'll go over there. And it's not abandoned. And turn, and turn. Can break. Any smithies? I guess not. Bit of a rough hit there. Go to the boat. Into the boat. And boat the boat. As slow and painful as this may be. How far past 350 can we go? Probably not very much, because this thing is not wanting to move. When things get simple enough that it starts moving again. Any moment we could use a little bit of land. Not mountains. Let's see if we can go under this one. Oh, no, not with the lava. look like it did anything. Where's the bread? There it is. Okay, less bobbing, more moving. Alright, let's get to a point. Turn. Pressing. And pressing. Sleep time. Alright. Alright. About 200 blocks to go. 275, actually. Nice colorful reef there. That means now we're in a dark forest, which I don't like. Alright, up. $350,000 right on this spot. Hey, we could eat here. Let's try moving the player when we double tap. That makes the player move. Double tap twice. Yeah, for this thing, that wasn't too bad. progress today, for sure, or in this video. Also today, because it was raining the whole day was a wash. Actually, we're not eating anything that way. And run. This time we're running the player, just like I wanted. Chance on that one. I didn't know if that was a small drop or cavernous. No, that's just that over there was just a blob. There, we got 351, 352 would even be better. Goes without saying, but yeah, village finally something appears. We can move. Oh, we got a desert temple right over there. Right over there. Alright, we need to be able to move. Alright, this'll work. No flesh. That's okay. Yeah, we'll eat one more. I'd say half drumstick a bit, much, but at least. Wow, we got a ways to go still. So let's see what we get out of that desert temple once we're allowed to sleep. And we were. We only have 9 minutes on the dryer, so about 7 useful minutes on the clock. Fortunately, I got the simulation distance at a mere 4, which is the lowest it's allowed. And like I said, 1, it helps with the phone, and 2, it helps greatly with keeping the file size down, because anything 4 chunks beyond where I'm standing, minus the chunk that I'm in now, it doesn't get saved. This time I actually can get in, if I time the jump right. Yay! And how about what I want? Okay. Wow, can we not chop through anything? Alright, so I'm going to take this 1 block and place it here. This, yeah, I'm choosing this and putting it here. And everything else is good. Junk. Diamonds would help. Did not grab a bed. There we go. Getting close to wrapping this one up. Amazing how close we came to losing everything, because like I said, even on the fast computer, enemies will attack or make their move before the video even renders. desert over there, temple. It almost looked like one. That clump almost looked like a desert temple from when it first spawned in. Double tap, twice. So we're going to end right here in front of these llamas. 352, 450. That's a pretty good number. There's only a few minutes left of my dryer anyway. And that's one way. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.